Do you sometimes find yourself in a daze while watching YouTube videos of digital nomads or expats that have left their home countries in pursuit of new horizons and fresh new starts? Are you often locked in an endless scroll of Instagram images of faraway lands and smiling faces with their iced coffees perched on the sides of their laptops, all clearly enjoying a remote work lifestyle? Do you find yourself wishing that you could make today your last at the 9 to 5 that's been sucking the life out of you and do something adventurous, spontaneous, daring, and maybe even towards a greater cause? What if I told you that all of it is possible and this could very well be you? You won't necessarily need thousands of dollars stacked away, many years of preparation, or be fluent in another language. Hi, my name is Sierra, and here on my channel I talk about life in Mauritius as an expat and other expat related topics. Today I am going to be showing you how.
Yes, you, not the person behind you. Yes.
We are going to discuss 5 easy ways that you can move abroad within 6 months to 1 year. If that sounds exciting, then stick around. Now, before we get into everything, I think it would be important to just share a little bit more about my travel background story. My first travel abroad experience was when I stayed with a host family in Japan, and then I attended graduate school overseas in England. I worked at a Center for International Studies at my alma mater, obtained a residence permit abroad in Greece, and traveled for leisure to various countries, and now I'm enjoying a remote worker visa, also known as the premium visa, in Mauritius. Today, I'm going to share some of the lessons that I learned along the way with you. The first method that I would recommend to move abroad within 6 months to 1 year would be teaching English as a second language in another country. According to my YouTube analytics, my largest demographic of viewers are in the US, where of course the native language is English. With that said, you should know that half of the work is already done for you. There are seemingly endless amounts of overseas programs that are looking for native English speakers to come and teach one of the most popular international languages of today. Now, before you talk yourself out of this and say that you don't have a teaching degree, hear me out. Many of these Teach English Abroad programs commonly only require the following: that you have at least a bachelor's degree in any area of study, a TESOL or TEFL certification, which stands for Teach English as a Second Language or Teach English as a First Language, but to be honest, this sometimes is optional. You need to have a clean background and criminal check and pass a clean health exam and drug tests. Now, these programs typically will pay you a salary, and they sometimes also include free accommodation or assistance with helping you find an accommodation that will be next to your job site. Japan, China, South Korea, and Spain are just a few of the countries available that recruit native English speakers. They'll handle the visa logistics, and many don't require program fees. Now, as mentioned earlier, you do not need to be fluent in another language, but some of these programs will actually offer you free classes to learn another language once you arrive in your host country. Now you might be thinking, well, what if I'm not in my 20s or 30s? Maybe you're happy in your retirement, but you have some extra time on your hands and you would like to do something adventurous and useful with your free time. Now, realistically speaking, some Asian countries typically tend to hire people in their 20s or 30s, but there are some exceptions in between. At the same time, many Latin American countries and some European countries, such as Spain, openly welcome people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay, let's take a look at this article from gooverseas.com. By the way, Go Overseas is a good resource to find tons of exciting teaching abroad opportunities, and they also include reviews as well. So here we can see a program hosted by Travel and Teach Recruiting Inc., We can see here that there are 117 reviews currently. You have a pretty good rating as well. And we see the name of the program as Teach English in Korea with Travel and Teach 100% free placement. All right. So, what I typically do is I come down and I read a little bit about the program here, but typically I like to come over to this side and just click the plus button. And here you can see the qualifications. We see that you need a bachelor's degree, and this is just telling you about the audience that you would be teaching. It says that housing would be an apartment, and we have some pricing information as well. It also mentions that they give free accommodation, which is quite the benefit. Airfare is provided by the school, and there's other details here. I think that this is pretty thorough and can definitely help you with making an informative decision. All right, guys, so we have another exciting opportunity here that I want to highlight. This one is from Spain, and it specifies that they welcome applicants from ages 18 to 60. It appears that this is the Ministry of Education website for Spain, and they are highlighting a program called North American Language and Culture Assistance Program. It's an NALCAP. So let's scroll down to read a little bit more. Currently, it says that the new application cycle will open in early 2024, and the exact date should be posted on this website by December 2023. Okay, so if we scroll down a little bit here, we can see a program overview. It just states that the Education Office of the Embassy of Spain promotes diverse educational outreach programs in the United States. It's located in Washington, D.C., and the primary goal of the Education Office of Spain is to foster collaborative educational programs between the USA and Spain, building long lasting ties among their citizens. That sounds really great. Now, if we roll or scroll down here, we'll be able to see some requirements. Now, if we scroll down here, we do see that you need to be a US citizen, and it has some specifications about your passport. It does detail that you need to have a BA, or you can be currently enrolled in or at a university or college. Okay, and it does specify that you need to be a native like speaker of English. This sounds like it's a little bit more lenient compared to the other programs that specify that you need to be native. It says that you need to be in good physical and mental health, and you need to have a clean background check, and again, be between the ages of 18 and 60. The main key here is to do your research, read the reviews, and find a program that speaks to your needs and preferences. Now, number 2 on the list of recommendations is a company called Workaway. This company promotes cultural exchanges between budget travelers that want to experience a new culture while staying with a family or organization and assisting them with various projects. Workaway is similar to volunteering for a project with an organization or a family in exchange for a place to stay and possibly someone to bond with. Depending on an applicant's desired country, the host may be required to pay a minimum wage as per the law in that particular country. Okay, so here we are on workaway.info. There are many volunteer opportunities that you can choose from all around the world. Let's go ahead and see what we can find through this demonstration. First, I'm going to go over here where it says find a host, and I'm going to choose South America just for the sake of this video. And then I'll go ahead and scroll down here where I'll be able to see a list of different opportunities. I personally like to look at the ones that have the most reviews. So we see one over here that's in Peru. Let's go ahead and click on it. And we see that this is an opportunity to help out a community. It says an autonomous community, and it's been favored quite a few times, or a lot of times here, and it was last updated on October 2nd. So let's scroll down a bit here. We see some cheese making, and what might be plant-based milk or some dressings. We see people working out or helping in a garden, I should say, some children. So that gives you an overview of some of the things that you would be assisting with if you were to participate in this program. We see that they need availability for October, November, and December. We see the host rating. We see that they get back to people pretty quickly. This looks really great. You even have the opportunity to look at some feedback. There's some verifications over here. And of course, we have the description. Now, this says the project is a self-financed initiative that was born in March 2013 as a pilot in the annex of San Jose de Chayaca, a small rural community in the department of Huancavelica, about 4 hours from the city of Ica. A project full of dreams and a beautiful way to go. So there's a lot of information here about the mission statement, the view, how to get there, and it looks like there's information in Spanish as well. Here you see a breakdown of the different opportunities that are available through this volunteer program. It's just a lot of information to go through here. And you also have the option to go over here and contact the host as well. Sounds pretty cool to me. Workaway definitely sounds like an economical way to see the world. It offers a way to perhaps help someone across the world on one of their projects while participating in a cultural immersive experience and maybe making a long-lasting relationship in return. Okay, now number 3 on the list is perhaps the easiest, and you might not be aware that it's been hiding right beneath your nose the whole time. Number 3 on the list is transferring to another office abroad through your current employer. Many of you watching this video work for employers with offices in other countries. In many cases, your employer will help with relocation costs and resources and will help you and your immediate family members move abroad while helping you find a reasonable accommodation as well. This is a great option that allows you to work for an employer that you're familiar with while learning and observing and contributing to how operations are led in another country. This is an awesome opportunity that is very accessible and can be the beginning of an exciting journey for you and your family. If this option has piqued your interest, then be sure to make your human resources department your next stop and inquire from within. Okay, so now we've made it to number 4 on the list. Now, if you remember earlier in this video, I talked to you about how you could move abroad and you could teach English, but that was more in a classroom setting. This option highlights how you can move abroad and teach English while staying with a host family. So number 4 on the list is becoming a homestay tutor. Yes, you heard that correct. As an adult, you can stay with a host family in a country of your preference. In exchange for meals and a place to stay, you would in return help them with their English-speaking skills while partaking in an unforgettable and life-changing experience. All right, now let's look at the cultural exchange project for a quick glance. Right now, we're going to focus on the tutor English to a host family option. Now let's scroll down a bit where we can see a synopsis of the program. It says, embark on an exciting adventure abroad and immerse yourself in a local culture for 1 to 3 months while assisting your host family in mastering conversational English. Don't fret if you've never tried this before. Your new host family values practical English skills over grammar. It says that you can teach English abroad for a maximum of 15 hours per week. Host families are eagerly searching for enthusiastic volunteers to join their households. In return, you will be provided with a comfortable private bedroom and mouth-watering meals. So you can read a little bit more about this here. And if we scroll down here, we can see some pictures from some of the teachers that went abroad to stay with their host families. We have some FAQs We have some FAQs here. And then if we scroll down, we have some program benefits. Now it states that you do not need an official start date. You travel when you can manage it, which is terrific. This one starts when you can. We see a wide range of ages, you guys. Inclusivity. This is what we love. 18 to 70 years old, if possible. We've placed older. This is amazing. And here it says that you don't need any experience and you just need a high school diploma or above. And it says that the host families are screened and it says that you get a lot of free time. This is amazing, you guys. And if you scroll down here, you'll be able to see the locations that are available. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity for someone that may be looking to go abroad for at least 3 months. I would highly recommend looking into this a bit further. All right, guys, so far we've discussed 4 practical ways that you can move abroad in under a year. And my hopes is that you're starting to see how realistic and practical this very well can be. Now, for last but certainly not least, we finally arrived at number 5 on the list of ways to move out of the country within 6 months to a year. This option has become very popular over the past few years due to the recent global situation. Number 5 on the list is the digital nomad visa. I'm actually living in Mauritius right now through their digital nomad visa, but the official name is the premium visa. The premium visa in Mauritius is available to a multitude of different nationalities, and it's good for 1 year and is also renewable. In order to apply, you must be a remote worker with income that comes from outside of Mauritius. You will not be able to enter the Mauritian job market with this visa. Now, at the time of making this video, Mauritius requires applicants for the premium visa to be able to prove that they make a minimum of 1,500 USD, which is around 1,300 euro per month. Additionally, with digital nomad visas, you will need to submit your application with proof of round-trip airfare. This is to ensure that you are serious about arriving, but that you also don't plan to overstay. Similar to the premium visa, most digital nomad visas require common documentation like proof of accommodation, a copy of your passport's bio page, passport photos, travel and health insurance. I will be sure to include a link to the EDB Mauritius site below so that you can find a list of the requirements and find out how you can apply today. I'm also going to share a very useful article from Nomad Girl. All right, you guys. So this article is golden. This is the same article that I used a few years ago to learn about the premium visa. And it does look like they were able to update it as of this year. There are 58 countries listed with digital nomad visas. It's a great place to start so that you can get an overview of some popular digital nomad visas that are currently available. What's really cool is that they will highlight a country and give you some information and then go ahead and just kind of spill out the most important facts in a convenient manner. All right. And as you can see here, it's just listed out below. There are corresponding photos. I think that this is a great place to start if you know that you are interested in pursuing a digital nomad visa and you need a quick overview. Okay, you guys, I think that I dropped a lot of useful gems today for those of you that have been reaching out and asking questions on how you can move abroad. So you see, you don't necessarily have to be a super rich person. You do not need to endure endless amounts of paperwork or go through a really long, drawn-out process. I hope that this video was able to highlight how there are various and practical ways that you can truly move abroad within 6 months to a year of planning. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you've taken the leap and you're currently living abroad, be sure to tell us about it in the comment section below so that we can share in your experiences and perhaps maybe even feel a bit inspired. As always, thank you for watching. Ciao.